Hello, today we're going to talk about doing two-step variable expressions. Up until now, we've only done one-step variable expressions but we've used all four math functions. We've used addition, we've used subtraction, we've used multiplication, we've used division. We know that there are certain words in those word phrases that are going to tell us which mathematical function we need to use. Words like plus and total of, those words indicate that we are going to be adding. Words like subtract, less than, difference, those words are going to tell us that we're subtracting. Words like times, double, twice, they indicate that we're going to be doing multiplication. And words like quotient or percent or divided by, those words are going to indicate division. So when we're writing an expression, a variable expression, we need to have three parts. We need to have a variable, we need to have an operation, and we need to have a number. Now, we need to have at least one of each, but we might have more. We could have more. We could have two variables, or we could have two mathematical operations, or maybe two numbers. But we have to have at least a minimum of one. Today we're going to start looking at things that have two different operations in them and additional numbers and variables as well. So let's take a look at what a two-step variable equation or a variable expression looks like. Let's come up here. So here we have 3 more than twice a number x. The word more and twice are two words that indicate our operation that we're going to use. If I forgot what those mean, I'm going to look back. I'm going to take a look at one of those cheat sheets. So the word more, I see it over here, more. I know I have to add. Oh, and down here is the word twice, multiplication. So I know in this expression we're going to be adding and multiplying, not just one, we're going to be doing them both. So I'm going to write myself a little note. I'm going to say plus, so I remember that, and twice is multiply. So then you're going to kind of read through 3 more than twice a number x. So if I have 3 more, I'm adding 3, right? Because it says 3 more. Then, let's take a look here. Twice a number, and that number is x. So twice, what does that indicate? It indicates 2. Whenever you see the word twice, if you have twice as much fun, you had double the amount of fun. So it's always 2. So 2 times a number x. Now when I sit here and I look at that 2 times the number x, that's really confusing because what I'm seeing is 2xx. Not quite sure what that means. Well, mathematicians are lazy. They don't like to do extra work. So let's see if we can simplify this down. We could go 2, we could put a dot in there, x. That would be one way of writing it. Then it's not quite as confusing, 3 plus 2 times x. But again, why do more work than you have to? In math, a lot of times you'll see a number and a variable right next to each other. Whenever you see this, you know that 2 is being multiplied times x. We don't even have to write the x, we don't have to write the dot. We just know in math, because we don't want to write any extra, that 2, a number next to a variable, we are multiplying. So when we write it out, we have 3 plus 2 times x. Let's check our answer over here. I don't want that box. rid of that one. 3 plus 2x. Perfect. Now this one we have 9 less than the quotient of 6 and a number x. So let's identify our keywords. 9 less is a keyword, and quotient is a keyword. So let's go back a couple pages here. We'll see if we can find out what those keywords mean. The first one was less. Well, I know less is going to be subtraction. And quotient is division. All right, so we're subtracting and we're dividing in this one. Let's write a little number. We're going to subtract and we're going to divide. There we go. So now in this one, we have 9 less than something. Whatever it is, I'm taking 9 away from. So I know that it's going to be at the end of my statement. So the quotient of 6 and a number. So quotient, I'm dividing. So what am I dividing? I'm dividing 6 and a number x. I'm dividing 6 and a number x. 6x minus 9. That is our, let's see if it'll let me move it. Ugh. It keeps wanting to pop up that extra box. So if I move it, 6x minus 9. And if you're trying to figure out which number should have went on top and which would have went on the bottom, when you see the word quotient of 6 and a number, the and whatever is here, it could have said the quotient of x, a number x and 6, then it would have been opposite. The x would have went on top, the 6 would have went on the bottom. So you're just going to read it across and write it exactly as it's written. Let's try one more here. Here's our last slide. The product of 4 and the sum of a number x and 7. Whew, got a lot of words on this one. Let's start by underlying our key phrases. Product and sum. So let's take a look here. Product and sum. If I forgot what they mean, I'm going to look back on my cheat sheet. So let's see here. Product. Multiplication. And sum. Where's the word? Oh, here's sum. Addition. So I'm multiplying and adding. Okay, so let's take a look. Product was multiplying. Sum is adding. So the product of 4. So I know I'm multiplying by 4, but I'm not really sure at this point what I'm multiplying. Product of 4 and, all right, so here's our and. This is what we're multiplying by. The sum of a number, x and 7. X. We know we're adding x and 7. Now this one is going to need parentheses, and the reason why is this phrase here, x plus 7. So when we look at it, we know we have to do these functions first. And 4 is being multiplied by this whole thing right here. 4, the product of 4, and the sum of the numbers x and 7. So make sure to use parentheses around the sum of the number and 7. Because that's something you're going to have to do when you're solving. You would have to figure out the value of x plus 7. before you multiply it by 4. So let's just double check. And we will look. We got it right on. So go ahead, take a look at this video again. We're going to do some practice problems tomorrow. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a text. Thanks. Bye-bye.